It was a perfect summer morning in Australia. 3 children walked to the beach alone. They were seen by dozens of people throughout the day. They bought pies for lunch. They played in the sand. And then they were never seen again. This is the story of Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont, the case that broke Australia's heart and has never been solved. Not in 1966, not today. January 26th, 1966. Australia Day. The city of Adelaide was celebrating a national holiday. Families across South Australia were heading to Glenelg Beach, one of the most popular spots in the country. Nancy and Grant Beaumont, like many parents that day, let their 3 children take the short bus ride to the beach alone. Jane was 9 years old, Arnna was 7, Grant was 4. It wasn't unusual, it was a different time. Children roamed freely in those days. The bus ride cost just a few cents. They'd done it before. Nancy expected them home by noon. They never came. What makes this case so deeply disturbing is this. The Beaumont children were not alone that day. Multiple witnesses saw them, clearly, closely, repeatedly. A postman spotted the children walking with a tall, blond man in his early 30s. He described the man as lean, tanned, wearing light blue swimming trunks. The man and the children appeared comfortable together, familiar. At a local store, a shop assistant saw Jane purchase items worth more money than her mother had given her. The children had more money than they left home with. Someone had given them money. That same tall, blond man was seen lying on the sand with the 3 children. Witnesses said the children seemed relaxed. They were laughing, playing. They were not afraid, which means they either knew this man or they had been with him long enough to feel safe. When the children didn't return by evening, Nancy Beaumont called the police. What followed was the largest manhunt in South Australian history at that time. Thousands of volunteers searched the beach, surrounding neighborhoods, bushland. The story exploded across every newspaper in the country. Parents across Australia tightened their grip on their children's hands. The blond man became the most wanted person in the country. Police received thousands of tips. They chased hundreds of leads. Nothing. Grant and Nancy Beaumont went on television, pleading for information. Their faces, hollow with grief, became a permanent image in Australian history. Grant Beaumont Sr. died in 1995, still not knowing what happened to his children. Nancy passed in 2019 at the age of 92. She never stopped hoping. Over the decades, multiple suspects emerged. The most chilling was a man named Arthur Stanley Brown, a Queensland predator convicted of murdering 2 young girls in 1970. Police believed he fit the description of the blond man perfectly. He was investigated multiple times. He died in 2002, without confessing, without being charged. Another suspect was Derek Percy, a convicted pedophile and murderer who investigators believe may have been responsible for multiple child disappearances across Australia. He was considered a person of interest in the Beaumont case for years. He died in prison in 2013, also without confessing. Then there was the Castelloy factory theory. In 2013, a former worker came forward claiming that a co-worker had confessed to killing the Beaumont children and burying them beneath the concrete floor of the factory. The factory had been demolished. Police excavated the site twice, in 2013 and again in 2018. They found nothing. It has been 60 years. 60 years since Jane, Arnna, and Grant walked to the beach and disappeared into one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in Australian history. The case is still officially open. South Australian police have never closed it. In 2013, a facial composite was created using modern technology, showing what the blonde man might look like today if he is still alive. He would be in his late 80s or 90s now. Someone out there knows something. A family member, a neighbor, a friend who kept a dark secret for decades. The Beaumont case didn't just change one family, it changed Australia. Before January 26, 1966, children walked to beaches alone. After, parents held on tighter, doors locked earlier. Trust came harder. 3 children went to the beach on a summer morning, and Australia lost something it never got back. If you know anything about the disappearance of Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont, South Australian police are still accepting information. Cases like this don't die, they wait. If this story moved you, subscribe. Every week, we go deep into the cases the world hasn't forgotten, the mysteries that don't have endings yet, because somewhere out there, the truth is still waiting to be found.